Hello, my name's Andy, and I'm the operations manager with the Sleep Charity. I'm joined today by Brian. Brian, why don't you say who you are and what you do?
Hiya, I'm Brian. I'm head of sleep support for the charity, and I look after all the sleep services where we're funded across the country to help support children from 1 to 18-year-olds sleep and understand sleep better. We
Excellent.
do we do a behavioural intervention that doesn't involve any medication.
Okay. So thank you, Brian. Brian and I are here today to have a chat about sleep and its relation to mental health, and also the stigma around men's mental health. I don't know if you knew this, Brian, but suicide is the leading cause of death of men under 50. Three times more likely to kill themselves than women.
Yeah, suicide is now the single largest cause of death among 15 to 34-year-olds in men.
I think we can all agree that's a shockingly sad number, and clearly it's ultimately avoidable.
Yeah, and just as sleep is a fundamental aspect of our overall well-being, today we're going to have a look at how sleep plays a part in our mental health. We will discuss the role of sleep, how it plays a crucial role in various aspects of our physical and mental health.
But before that, Brian, I'd like to go through a few stats.
Yeah, is that the survey we did in September?
It is. The research we commissioned was to help inspire the nation to think about how they can achieve better sleep and to consider the benefits of a good night's sleep. Um, It highlighted, though, some concerning facts around men's sleep. It found a quarter of men believe smoking a cigarette or vape or consuming a couple of stiff drinks will help them to get a good night's sleep. Brian, what's your view on this?
Yeah, I think all of these are misconceived ideas, and none of them really help us get good quality sleep.
Well, how can that be? Well, I know when I've had a few drinks, it knocks me out like a light going off. Everyone knows this, so why not use alcohol to get to sleep?
Yeah, many people think that, but alcohol only induces a light sleep. It disrupts our sleep cycles and doesn't let our body move into a deep sleep. And it's this deep sleep that we really need for to rest and recuperate our mind.
Okay. Oh, thanks for that. So anyway, back to the survey. Another stat here. Nearly a third of men, 30%, believe that watching TV will also assist them, while just under a quarter, 24%, think looking at their phone will help them to nod off.
Yes, there's no actual problem with these devices so long as they're not used kind of like in that hour before we want to go to sleep. Really do not want to be overstimulating our mind too much during this time. Activities such as this can keep you occupied when you really need to be triggering your body to sleep naturally.
So Brian, can you explain how sleep impacts on our mental health and correlation between sleep and emotions?
Yeah, so sleep plays a crucial role in our mental health. I think most people know that. Its relationship between the two is very complex, and the quality and quantity of sleep we get can significantly affect our mental well-being.
On that point then, so how many hours does a man need?
Yeah, if only there was a single answer to that, but there's no straightforward answer to that question. We all have individual needs, and all of our sleep needs are individual as well. But what we can say is that when we are deprived, you are more likely to experience mood swings, irritability, um, increased emotional reactivity. Lack of sleep can make it difficult to manage stress and cope with challenging situations. It becomes difficult to rationalize our thoughts, and those small problems quickly become a big disaster. And we find it difficult to slow our minds. We can be certainly short tempered and snappy, and that definitely impacts on our working life and our home life.
Yeah, absolutely. When I'm tired, I know I'm very, very ratty.
Yeah, and on the opposite side to that, so when we're well rested, our brain can process information more efficiently, um, helping you think clearly and make better decisions. Your body can regulate stress hormones like cortisol and make it easier to manage. Sleep problems can contribute to the development of or exacerbate mental health disorders. including things like anxiety, depression, and even bipolar disorder. And people with these conditions often experience disrupted sleep patterns.
Yeah, and this is it will also have a clear impact on relationships, family, and job performance.
Yeah, it certainly does. And sleep disturbances can also mimic symptoms of psychiatric disorders as well. For instance, if you're very sleep deprived, and this can lead to hallucinations, delusions, and even paranoia. And all of these things can be mistaken for symptoms of psychosis. Sleep really is essential for the regulation of those neurotransmitters and hormones like serotonin and dopamine. And it's the disturbance in these systems that can contribute to the mood and impact on our mental health.
Serotonin and dopamine. I've heard about these, but they're not the sleep hormone, are they?
No, that one's melatonin. Melatonin is the hormone that induces our body to sleep. Um, that's the one that's triggered by lots of clues like light or daily routine, and equally can be inhibited very simply with overstimulation of the mind or body.
I've heard the term sleep hygiene being used. What is this, and
Yeah.
how does it help us to sleep?
Sleep hygiene. Think of it as a bedtime routine.
So, what does that mean in practical steps?
Practically, you've got to establish yourself a sleep schedule. So you've got to have the same wake and sleep time every day of the week.
No, no lions then, not even at the weekend.
No, I'm afraid not. You need to make sure you get up and go to sleep at the same time. Um, you're kind of looking between 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night. And to help you get that, you need to create yourself a nice, comfortable environment to sleep in. Only use your bedroom for sleeping in. Try to avoid using your bedroom as a home office, for example. Avoid stimulants like caffeine, smoking, alcohol, like we said earlier, and electronic devices as well for at least an hour before bedtime, but even longer if you can.
And what if you still can't get to sleep? Do we just lie in bed and keep trying?
Absolutely not. Sleep is one of those things that cannot be forced. Um, if you really can't get to sleep after all those things, try getting up, do something light, try some relaxation techniques, um, read a book, but nothing too stimulating. It's important not to have negative emotions around the bed, and that's why if you can't sleep, get in these circumstances, get up and try one of these things.
Yeah. Okay. So moving on then, Brian, is there still a stigma around men seeking help with their mental health issues?
Yeah, there is still some stigma about men seeking help for their mental health and emotional problems. Recalling the suicide stats from earlier, it's clear that we still have a fairly big problem.
Yeah, suicide is still the biggest killer of men between 15 and 34.
Yeah. However, it is essential to acknowledge that social attitudes and perceptions can change and are changing over time. And the efforts we've made to reduce the stigma around men seeking help for their mental health and emotional well-being is improving. But some of us still find it difficult to ask for directions. So, but we're getting there.
So, how do we stop this cycle? Is there support for men with sleep issues?
Yeah, there is help out there. The important thing is to start your journey and by recognizing that you might need some help. Do things like improve your sleep hygiene. Great place to start. Manage your stress through relaxation techniques or mindfulness, and seek professional help. If you have a chronic sleep problem or if you suspect mental health conditions, start your journey.
Right. Okay. Thanks, Brian. So, to conclude, then, a good night's sleep is essential for everyone. Get your sleep hygiene right and seek help if needed. Don't suffer in silence. Help is available, and a good place to start is our website, sleepcharity.org.uk. And there you'll find lots and lots of information that can help you to get a good night's sleep. Thank you.
Absolutely right. Cheers, Andy.
Cheers, Brian.